Hugh Jackman, Hank Azaria. These people are not from Detroit, and yet they helped us out. And then you get one who knows exactly what we're talking about, and that would be our next guest, Tim Allen, Detroit's own Tim Allen. And there, hello, Tim Allen.
Hello, Mitch. How are you, Mitch?
We're doing great. We've been here since 6 a.m., and it's now 5:22 out here in Detroit, and we're plowing away, doing our best.
Yeah, and the music's great.
Okay.
He said dryly.
Yeah. You were scheduled to come on a little earlier, and I know we had to move it around, but we had Jared Goff, and we had Dan Campbell, and we had Lomas Brown and Herman Moore were sitting here. And knowing you're a huge Lions fan, I would have been anxious to see your interaction with them. What was interesting was we had Lomas Brown and Herman Moore, and all they did was argue with each other about who didn't block for Barry Sanders. Like Herman Moore said, all you had to do was just block the first 3 yards. He went right past you. I had to block for him 80 yards downfield. And they were literally arguing. I stepped away and went to the bathroom. It took so long.
That was a great moment in my life because I met Mike Singletary, did a show in Chicago, and he and his family, I warned them they're a very dedicated, devoted family. And I said, it's probably not good for your kids. So we end up becoming friends. And once you become friends with an opposing team player, you can't hate him as much. I hate the Chicago Bears. I liked Mike Singletary so much. And he said this, it was a dog at the Lions. He goes, if they would just fake to Barry, we would have never known what was coming. They were so bad at faking to Barry. He said, I have to make an adjustment if they're going to run to him. If they're not going to run to him or use him, then I have to step back. And we knew every time he's going to get the ball, and the guy could still run around each one of us. But he said the Lions, forgive me, were kind of stupid at that point. They never play fake to Barry. And to hear this from a opposing player, but that's 57 years of Briggs Stadium with me and my favorite Lem Barney, my absolute favorite Lion forever, Lem Barney, picking up that ball. Sometimes he'd let the ball bounce on the ground and he'd pick it up at the last minute and run. My biggest hero ever of the Lions.
Well, I have often thought during the course of this season, knowing your passion for the Lions, what is Tim Allen thinking right now when, the Lions then go 12-1 and have these incredible walk-off wins at the end of games? And Jared Goff, who was on with us a little earlier, falls down as he's handing the ball off, and they still manage to get the winning play. So Tim Allen, ultimate Lions sufferer. What is Tim Allen going through this year?
It's the worst year I've ever had because I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall off.
Oh no!
Every game, I can't even. This is the weirdest one. The first full game I saw was at Thanksgiving. Got to meet Dan Campbell and his lovely wife, and was down on the field. I stood the entire time burping up a little bit of an omelet I'd had when I got there early with my family. Because I stood the entire time up in a suite that was actually near the worst seats in the place. I like the suites that's really by the end zone. I go, are these really suite tickets? Anyway, it was so stressful. That was a game like they lost the game, but they actually won the points. I mean, they didn't. I don't know what they were. This is not the Lions of four, but I have a giant. I also like the Giants, and forgive me, the Eagles. When I was a kid, I just liked those teams. I've always liked the Giants and the Eagles. I have a letter from Wyatt Tittle when I was a little boy. Lions are my favorite. I have a Giants fan who knows what it's like to be a loser. I said, nobody knows what it's like to be a loser like the Lions. Yeah. You don't have any idea. 57 or whatever that one flag is. Up in Ford Field. There's one flag that's made of crepe paper. I don't know. It's so old. You should take that stupid thing down. It just reminds everybody, this team. I have a guy. I won't even watch. I'll only watch. I record it, and if they win, I watch. If they do, I can't take it. I can't take it.
Wait, so you know the outcome before you watch the game?
Yeah, and I still get worried. Maybe they. But I have a New York Giants fan. He's another comedian. He'll just text me. He goes, "You could watch now," or he gives me these little things. I took my lovely wife to Pittsburgh to see her play. She's a big Steeler fan, so we flew to see the Steelers play the Ravens. And it's so weird to be in Pittsburgh because they're so used to this winning. It's like in the stadium, the whole thing was wonderful. But the whole time I'm on my phone, And my wife goes, "You watching the Steelers play or the Lions?" I just get this little. That was one of those ones. It was like 68 to 62 or something. I don't even know what it is.
Well, if they make it to the Super Bowl this year, will you go?
I said that I wouldn't, but I probably would have to. I mean, it's once in my life. I want to know. We all of us want to know: is this really real? They just they seem to be winners intrinsically. That's just how they play. I don't know that when they're on their game. I don't think there's another team. There's no team that wants to play them.
Yeah,
You've got those two great running backs. My question, because I have not been able to get the details, is the injury thing getting better?
Yeah.
Yes,
Dan Campbell was on with us today and said they're actually going to get some guys back for this game against Buffalo. So hopefully they don't lose anymore, but they're going to get Taylor Decker and Josh Pascal and some of the other guys back.
And Len Barney.
And Len Barney. As you know, Tim, every year, of course, we're raising money here, not talking just sports, but we're raising money to help the needy in Detroit, which you've been kind enough to help us out with every year. And people here from all over the state have been calling in to help us out. And all of 100% of the money that we raise goes to the actual needy. A lot of charities, you'd be pretty surprised to find out the percentage of a dollar that actually goes to the clients versus goes to the offices or the lobbies or the air conditioning bill or the executive salaries. And, none of us, I don't take a salary and people who formed it don't. And so 100% of the money that we raise goes right to help the kids or the homeless or the veterans or whoever we're helping out with our programs. We even have a bicycle factory now. I don't know if you can see it on the cameras, but we make bicycles. We employ people who are formerly incarcerated. They make the bicycles, and then we give them to people in the city of Detroit who need transportation to get to jobs or kids or things like that. And it's been a huge success. So that's what you're helping us do today. John Pizzarelli, the great jazz singer and guitar player, is here as he always is, and has composed a little thank you ditty.
Oh, please don't do it. Don't do it.
Sorry.
Well,
I just ate. For the love of God, I just had a meal. All right.
It's too late. Here we go.
He played Tim the Toolman Taylor, many Golden Globes he claimed, and for Buzz Lightyear, for which we hold him dear, an Annie Award he framed. Much, much more to mention, but the one that should be addressed is that he calls us here year after year. Say Detroit knows that's the best.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing harmful there.
Well, I guess it's a point of view. But it's been a very good year. We're starting a new show for ABC, which will be on January 8th. Switching gears about a guy going through. They let me do the third sitcom, and this time I wanted to do about grief and sorrow and how people bounce back. And I've got a very aging mom in Detroit, which we saw over Thanksgiving, and I was around giving people. And the best I can do, as I said, I'd love to have somebody match it, but I said no matter whether they match or not, I'm going to put up $30K if that's okay with you guys.
Oh yeah, that's okay with us. Yeah,
but
fantastic.
I'd love to say
I won't play.
Beautiful.
I'd love to have. I wish I could play a game. It's $20K, but if you can get $30K, have someone to match it. It's $30K. I don't want to make a game.
We'll figure out a way to make it an incentive.
But I'm just blessed that you asked me, and it's been a great year for us. And I so appreciate that you think about me. And the next time,
well, the feeling is exactly mutual. We're appreciative that you think about us, and everybody here and everybody who's listening all across Michigan and elsewhere appreciates that you don't ever forget where you come from, Tim Allen. And we will match that 30,000, I'm sure, in the next half hour.
Mitch, for 35, I won't play a song.
Yeah, John we'll erase the recording of that. Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
He's thinking. God bless you, Tim. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys so much. Merry Christmas, and I love Detroit. Love you guys, and go Lions, man.
All right. Merry Christmas to Tim Allen.